The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity Episode 3 begins a few days later, with both Rintaro and Usami struggling in their classroom because the air conditioning isn't working. Usami suggests they go to the faculty office to get it fixed. As they're walking there, Usami tells Rintaro that he needs something fun and exciting in life or he won't be able to handle all this anymore. Suddenly, an idea strikes him. He remembers that the school sports festival is happening this month. He excitedly proposes that they should participate and try to win. It would be really fun. When they arrive at the faculty office, they run into Tsukada. But Tsukada immediately shuts them down, saying that neither of them can participate in the sports festival. Shocked, Usami asks why. Tsukada explains that any student who fails their midterm exams is not allowed to participate in the sports festival. Usami protests, saying they don't even know if they'll fail. Tsukada replies, which means there's a chance you might pass too. Usami admits, there's no way we'll pass, but then says, at least give us some kind of reward for trying. Tsukada thinks for a moment and then says, if you two win the sports festival, I'll buy you ice cream. Usami is thrilled, but as they return to class, the pressure sinks in. They now have to pass their midterms to even compete in the festival. Back in class, Usami starts panicking over studying and asks Saku for help. But Saku bluntly refuses, saying that he helped them study last year and they still failed. Angry, Usami accuses Saku of not wanting them to participate in the festival and storms off, saying they don't need his help anyway. Just then, Rintaro gets a message from his mom. It's discount day at their store, and she wants him to invite Waguri. After thinking about it for a moment, Rintaro decides to invite her. However, Waguri turns down the offer, saying she's too busy. Rintaro feels disappointed but doesn't understand why. Later, Usami tells Rintaro they should go study in the library. After some time trying to read, both realize they don't understand anything in the textbooks. Rintaro suggests they ask Saku for help again, as he was the only one who helped them last year. Usami says even with his help last time, they still failed, and he still feels terrible about it. Rintaro encourages Usami, saying that Saku probably wants to help but just doesn't show it. This surprises Usami, who asks, are you really Rintaro? Rintaro replies, does it matter? What matters is that we win. Motivated, Usami goes to ask Saku for help, telling him he's excited about the festival because Saku will be there too. Meanwhile, Rintaro stays back in the library and gives up his seat for two young girls who had nowhere to sit. The girls notice his kindness but don't get the chance to thank him. As Rintaro leaves the library, he hears a familiar voice. It's Waguri. He sees her studying with a friend and notices how relaxed and happy she looks. From their conversation, he learns that Waguri is actually the top student in her class. Rintaro is impressed, realizing he had completely misjudged her. He thought she was just a rich girl, but she's hardworking and grounded. Feeling guilty for judging her, Rintaro lies down on a bench outside, thinking about how different they are. When he opens his eyes, Waguri is standing in front of him. Surprised, he says, I thought you were still studying inside. Waguri says, I had a feeling it was you I saw through the window earlier. She apologizes for not being able to come to his store on discount day, and Rintaro tells her it's no big deal. There's a discount day every month. Waguri promises to come next time and says she'll save some money from her part-time job. Rintaro is shocked. You're working a part-time job? But you're rich. Waguri laughs and explains that she's not rich. She's on a scholarship at Kikyo Academy, and that's why she always has to get top grades. When she first got into Kikyo, she felt proud of herself. Rintaro realizes how wrong he was about her. He judged her just like the kind of people he himself hates, those who make assumptions without knowing anything. Feeling bad, he asks, Waguri, would you be willing to help me study? Only if you have time, of course. Waguri says she'll let him know if she can, and they both agree to try their best. After chatting for a bit, Waguri says she has to leave. Her friend is coming back from the store. Just then, her friend appears and sees her talking to Rintaro. The friend, Subaru, has silver hair, and Rintaro wonders if she might be a foreigner. She definitely seems cool. But Subaru immediately gets irritated and says, you must be from Chidori. Then I'd appreciate it if you stayed away from Waguri. I don't want anyone from Chidori getting close to her. Waguri tries to calm her down, and just then, Rintaro's friends, Usami and Saku, show up. Seeing two girls from prestigious Kikyo Academy with Rintaro, they're shocked and irritated. Usami walks up and asks the girls, "What do you want with Rintaro? I don't think he'd talk to Kikyo girls on his own." Subaru turns to Wagyuri and says, "We should go. There's no point talking to these wild people." But before they leave, Usami says to Wagyuri, "Haven't I seen you somewhere before?" Subaru steps in to stop him, and Rintaro also tries to calm Usami down. Subaru starts walking away with Wagyuri, but Saku throws a sarcastic comment, calling Kikyo girls dumber than he expected. Offended, Subaru asks, "Are you talking about what just happened?" Saku insults her hair color, her rich background, and says she probably gets away with anything because her dad is rich. Subaru is hurt, but Rintaro stops Saku and says, "That's enough. You're crossing a line and you're not the type of person to talk like this." He explains that Wagyuri was the girl standing at their school gate the other day, and today he only approached her to apologize for scaring her back then. Usami, realizing it was him who had scared her that day, apologizes as well. Wagyuri also apologizes, thinking this whole mess started because of her. Subaru tells her not to, but Wagyuri insists. Subaru storms off and Wagyuri follows. Later, in the library, Subaru keeps ranting about the Chidori boys. But when she remembers that Rintaro stopped Saku from going too far, she pauses. Curious, she asks Wagyuri, "What do you think of that blonde-haired guy?" Wagyuri smiles and says, "He's a very kind person." Strangely, this answer makes Subaru uncomfortable. Back home, Rintaro is studying, but he can't understand anything Saku had taught him. Just then, Wagyuri calls. They talk about the events of the day and clear up any misunderstandings. Wagyuri tells Rintaro, "You were really cool today. Thank you for protecting me." Rintaro blushes, no one's ever called him cool before. Then Wagyuri apologizes, saying she's been speaking too casually with him lately. Rintaro asks why she's being so formal. Wagyuri blushes and says, "Because I'm just a customer at your shop, and if I act too familiar, it might seem weird." That makes Rintaro feel a bit distant from her. But Wagyuri then asks if he'd like to study together on Saturday, and he agrees. Suddenly, Rintaro says, "If it's okay with you, can you talk to me more casually, like I'm your friend?" Wagyuri nods, "All right, I'll keep that in mind." After the call ends, Rintaro lies on his bed, wondering what he just said, feeling super embarrassed. But on the other end, Wagyuri is also feeling nervous and flustered. Elsewhere, Subaru seems puzzled about something, as she stares at a photograph of her and Wagyuri, as the episode ends.